What's up, guys? When it comes to Fleet Arena, it's all about one ship right now, the Millennium Falcon. I've given a few guides to you guys on how to beat it when you don't actually have the ship yourself, although there's always RNG involved. However, another thing that's troubling a lot of people are the Falcon v Falcon mirror matches. Now, these are pretty horrendous. Generally, it comes down to really random elements or just who has the higher geared Rebel fleet in its entirety. But there is a sneaky trick, and I'll be showing in this video. In fact, I'll be taking down 7-star fleets, 6-star fleets, fleets that have gear 12s all over the place with 6-dot mods. Meanwhile, I'll be using my gear 10 Akbar with my gear 9 Cassian and my gear 8 Bistans and such. I have a really underpowered team. Even my Biggs is only gear 11. In fact, the only ship that I have with full gear 12 pilots is the Falcon, and it's 5-star. So this should really help out a lot of people that are trying to compete still in the Fleet Arena. So let's get on with this video and hopefully help you win some more crystals just in time for Darth Revan's return and his buddy / enemy, Darth Malak. So to prove that this is not all hype, I'll show you what we're working with. This is my team. You see I've got gear 10 Akbar, so the special's not even done up. The mods, they're not even remotely good, so clearly not going to be 6 docs. He's not even gear 12. These guys are gear 12, however, as you can see, no 6-dot mods for extra boost on their stats. Also working with a 5-star ship there, so Cassian's U-Wing. This one's really important to the strategy. You see all their gears are really low once again. It's very important you get his reinforcement to max because you want to take all the buffs off the enemies when we bring him in. The higher gear Cassian is, the more reliable this will be. And you can see none of the others are remotely decent. My Biggs is gear 11 as well. This is a fairly handy ship you can also use. Again, none of them are particularly well geared. My Ezra's the best. I imagine a lot of you have better Ezra's than I do. My Bistan ship is absolutely awful. And I don't really use any of the others. Sometimes the Ghost gets called in, but it's pretty rare, to be honest. You can see they're all gear 8. I haven't even maxed out the abilities on this one. Okay, let's get to a battle right now. Everyone on my shard has the Millennium Falcon. Everybody is better than my team. Everyone's faster than my team. We're going to go up against a 6-dot team first. I'll show you a 7 after that. And then at the end, I'll show you a pure maxed out battle on the test account. Right, let's let them get their attacks underway. Then we'll attempt to breach something. Let's go with that. We kind of got no choice anyway. After that, we're going to attempt to target lock their Biggs. We'll hide our Falcon first, then attempt to target lock their Biggs. As usual, doesn't happen. Never mind. What we've got to do now is take breach off of whatever ship they've put it on. That is critical to this actually working. If you don't do that, then your reinforcement is not going to work. Ooh, almost lost him. So it doesn't matter if we do, but it's better if we don't lose Biggs. Right, here we go. This is the important thing. We're going to call in Cassian. That's going to remove all the buffs, and we can then use this attack with Falcon to hopefully kill theirs. And it's worked perfectly. So that's the setup. That is how this works. Now we just got to whittle things down. Having target lock on Biggs is going to make this a little bit easier to take their squad out, which is why I highly recommend getting it on him and just ignoring Houndstooth for a while, because Houndstooth is never a threat to actually kill your team, whereas Biggs will be, especially once they've flown more rebels in. Removing breach with Akbar is absolutely the most important step to do. If you don't do that and you fly Cassian in, it will not actually remove Torn off the Houndstooth. You're not going to be able to then target Millennium Falcon directly afterwards, and it's game over because then they're going to get all their attacks in. They're likely going to wipe out your team, especially if you're outpowered and undergeared like I am in essentially every single battle I have with a Falcon, because I never ever got around to really working on my Rebel fleet. I was always running Bounty Hunters and Kylo Unmasked and squads like that, which you've seen in many of my previous videos where I use those squads to counter the metas. It's an absolute requirement to actually max out Cassian's reinforcement ability. Maxing out the Phantom will also be pretty helpful because then you're going to get an additional ship. You'll be able to fly in a little bit quicker to help the cleanup. To reduce the RNG, you're going to want to gear Cassian up as much as possible. Mine is gear 8 here, but I've taken him to gear 9 since, and it's helped a lot against the 7-star Falcons. The higher he is, the better, as it's his attack that we pair with our own Falcon in order to kill theirs. As for the RNG to this team, I mean, of course there is some, especially when you're as underpowered as I am. But the more the team develops, this strategy leads to you winning in around 1 minute and not even really needing to concentrate after their Falcon drops. I've tried dozens of strategies, and I'm yet to actually find one I like as much as this. The only two things that ever really go wrong are having a 7-star Falcon survive in the attack, or an enemy Biggs having a lot of turn meter and then taunting right as you're about to hit the finishing blow. But both of these are easily fixable by simply gearing Cassian more. Okay, time to show my team against the 7-star Falcon with a gear 12 Akbar, gear 12 Biggs, etc. My shard is stacked when it comes to fleet, so more or less everyone in my top 40 are mirror matches with maxed out teams, which is a nightmare for those of us with weaker squads. You can see I'm doing exactly the same setup. Yeah, I remember I did attack the wrong ship there on this one, but it won't make a difference. We're going to take Breach off with Akbar. Get the penetration. They'll do their thing, and then we'll eventually call in Cassian. When I get my turn. Right, here we go. Cassian's coming in. Reinforcement ability at max. I actually recorded this one first if I remember right. Alright, target the Falcon, call our Falcon, and fingers crossed we gun it down. Okay, now we haven't, but you can see their Biggs' TM is very, very low, so we should be able to finish it in a follow-up, like so. That's where a stronger Cassian is going to help massively. I mean, if Biggs had had a higher turn meter there and shot and taunted, I'd have been in a bit of trouble. This would possibly have been a loss. I've had one other time where somebody randomly flew in Slave 1, which comes in with a taunt, got in the way and screwed up my attack as well. But generally, it'll go exactly like this video and you'll be okay. As this was one of my first ever attacks using this strategy, some of this cleanup is likely far from optimal. In fact, I can see it's far from optimal. The smart thing to do though is I found ignoring Bosk as much as you possibly can is actually going to help you, and just focus on the rebel ships like Biggs, Phantom and Cassian if they fly into battle. These ships can do some serious damage to your team, and if you're stuck trying to whittle down the Hound's Tooth, you can actually end up losing a ship or two, which will make the cleanup a lot slower. Cassian's last special can also be used to cleanse your Falcon if needed. It'll stealth both ships and give them 30% turn meter as well, which is very, very handy in the cleanup process. Another reinforcement to consider is Lando's Falcon, as it's able to remove taunt and do large damage. I actually use it from time to time on the bench, along with Cassian, Phantom and Ghost. I'm testing a couple of other tricks right now which may reduce RNG. If they work as I think they will, you'll certainly see another video shortly, as it'll actually remove the need for a half decent Biggs as well. Defensively, I've noticed no real difference in my drop, to be honest. In testing, the AI always seems to fly my reinforcements in randomly anyway, so I've always found defense a moot point in fleet. Okay, it looks like this run is finally coming to an end. Hound's Tooth looks ready to die. Once that drops, there's nothing that's really going to stop us as cleaning up the entire squad. Alright, bonus turn time. It's so annoying when the weak ships get the turn and you end up just stacking loads of protection on this ship. But you can't shoot anywhere else. There we go, right, finally dead. Do the old wiggle. Mow down the Phantom. Okay, what are they flying in? Wedge by the look of it. Yeah. Far too late for them to get the win now. Pretty much as soon as Falcon is gone, if you can finish off Biggs, if that flies in or is already there, then it's over. There we go, just Wedge to go. Unfortunately, it's a very, very soft ship. done. That's a 7-star team defeated with my vastly inferior squad. Okay, it's test account time, because every time I do one of these videos, someone always claims it won't work against the max team or finds something to say, which I end up having to disprove. This time it's Gear 12 v Gear 12, 6.mods v 6.mods, and I'll show you what to do when your Akbar gets his turn before you're breached. We'll use the basic attack, as we can't target the Falcon, so no point wasting the AoE attack yet. Then we'll wait for boss to attempt to breach us, then we go to our usual strategy. Okay, he's already done it now, so it's a case of just biding time and getting the rest of the setup together. We're going to get the defense penetration. Let them have their little attacks. Right, let's get that on. Alright, here we go. Let's remove that. We are now prepared to bring Cassian in next. I actually love how this team functions, despite the fact we're nearly always one ship down. If we can pick Biggs off before bringing Cassian in, that would be fantastic. It looks like we're gonna. Perfect. Tends to be so much easier when you're higher gear. Right, Cassian time. All the buffs gone. Let's mow down the Falcon. It never ever survives when you have a really powerful team like this. Even when you're against an absolute max one, it just gets smoked in 2 shots. Alright, from this point on, we're just going to clean up now. And with the damage these ships are doing, that's really not going to take us very long. We spend more time watching the enemy animations than we do actually battling. At this point, with a max team, you can actually experiment with your next reinforcement. You could use Phantom and its big special, Lando for more buff control, or even something like Xanadu Blood for some big assist attacks. When it comes to the high-end battles like this one, I actually have a 100% winning record. This is a strategy that definitely gets easier as you get stronger for sure. Right, let's finish up Bosk with Phantom Special. I think they've got reinforcement due actually, so we got an extra ship to deal with, and it's Lando, who I was actually mentioning a minute ago. Shouldn't really cause us any problems. It's really great offensively, but the AI just doesn't play it very well. And when you got a full team of rebels like this, you're just not going to last without a full team yourself. Alright, that should be the end of the Ghost. Let's just go for pure overkill. Wow, we didn't even need it. Just one more attack and finished. And that is how you use this strategy to win even the high-end battles. And that's it for this video, guys. This strategy works really well, even against the Ghost and Bistan starting lineup variations. Admittedly, the Bistan one is a little bit more difficult if you're very low gear and against a significantly superior team. So I will note that, but just do what I said, gear up your Cassian so you can get more power on that special to team up with your Falcon, and everything just suddenly gets a lot easier. So thank you to everybody that's watched this video and continues to support me on my push being a full-time YouTuber right now. And your eyes do not actually deceive you. I have changed t-shirt because I've recorded this outro 2 days after doing the intro. So thank you to everybody that's supporting my channel right now, watching my videos, subscribing, liking them. It means the absolute world to me right now as I give this big push to be a full-time YouTuber, and the channel seems to be on a really quick rise over the last 6 months. So thanks very much. I can't say it enough. Big shout out to all my patrons as well. You guys are absolutely awesome. And until next time, guys, we out of here.